When Taizong saw the Gatha, he said to the various monks, "Let's stop the mass. Wait until I have sent someone to bring back the scriptures of the great vehicle. We shall then renew our sincere effort to cultivate the fruits of virtue." Not one of the officials disagreed with the emperor, who then asked in the temple, "Who is willing to accept our commission to seek scriptures from Buddha in the Western heaven?" Hardly had he finished speaking when the master of the law stepped from the side and saluted him, saying, "Though your poor monk has no talents, he is ready to perform the service of a dog and a horse. I shall seek these true scriptures on behalf of your majesty, that the empire of our king may be firm and everlasting." Highly pleased, the Tang emperor went forward to raise up the monk with his royal hands, saying, "If the master is willing to express his loyalty this way, undaunted by the great distance, or by the journey over mountains and streams, we are willing to become bond brothers with you." Shenzong touched his forehead to the ground to express his gratitude. Being indeed a righteous man, the Tang emperor went at once before Buddha's image in the temple, and bowed to Shenzong 4 times, addressing him as, "Our brother and holy monk." Deeply moved, Shenzong said, "Your Majesty, what ability and what virtue does your poor monk possess that he should merit such affection from your heavenly grace? I shall not spare myself in this journey, but I shall proceed with all diligence until I reach the Western heaven. If I do not attain my goal, or the true scriptures, I shall not return to our land, even if I have to die. I would rather fall into eternal perdition in hell." He thereupon lifted the incense before Buddha and made that his vow. Highly pleased, the Tang emperor ordered his carriage back to the palace to wait for the auspicious day and hour, when official documents could be issued for the journey to begin. And so the throne withdrew as everyone dispersed. Shenzong also went back to the Temple of Great Blessing. The many monks of that temple, and his several disciples, who had heard about the quest for the scriptures, all came to see him. They asked, "Is it true that you have vowed to go to the Western heaven?" "It is," said Shenzong. "O Master." One of his disciples said, "I have heard people say that the way to the Western heaven is long, filled with tigers, leopards, and all kinds of monsters. I fear that there will be departure but no return for you, as it will be difficult to safeguard your life. I have already made a great vow and a profound promise," said Shenzong, "that if I do not acquire the true scriptures, I shall fall into eternal perdition in hell. Since I have received such grace and favor from the king, I have no alternative but to serve my country to the utmost of my loyalty. It is true, of course, that I have no knowledge of how I shall fare on this journey, or whether good or evil awaits me." He said to them again, "My disciples, after I leave, wait for 2 or 3 years, or 6 or 7 years. If you see the branches of the pine trees within our gate pointing eastward, you will know that I am about to return. If not, I shall not be coming back." The disciples all committed his words firmly to memory. The next morning Taizong held court and gathered all the officials together. They wrote up the formal rescript stating the intent to acquire scriptures and stamped it with the seal of free passage. The president of the Imperial Board of Astronomy then came with the report. Today, the positions of the planets are especially favorable for men to make a journey of great length. The Tang emperor was most delighted. Thereafter the custodian of the Yellow Gate also made a report, saying, "The master of the law awaits your pleasure outside the court." The emperor summoned him up to the treasure hall and said, "Royal brother, today is an auspicious day for the journey, and your rescript for free passage is ready. We also present you with a bowl made of purple gold for you to collect alms on your way. 2 attendants have been selected to accompany you, and a horse will be your means of travel. You may begin your journey at once." Highly pleased, Shenzong expressed his gratitude and received his gifts, not displaying the least desire to linger. The Tang emperor called for his carriage, and led many officials outside the city gate to see him off. The monks in the Temple of Great Blessing and the disciples were already waiting there with Shenzong's winter and summer clothing. When the emperor saw them, he ordered the bags to be packed on the horses first, and then asked an officer to bring a pitcher of wine. Taizong lifted his cup to toast the pilgrim, saying, "What is the byname of our royal brother?" "Your poor monk," said Shenzang, "is a person who has left the family. He dares not assume a byname." "The Bodhisattva said earlier," said Taizong, "that there were 3 collections of scriptures in the Western heaven. Our brother can take that as a byname and call himself Tripitaka. How about it?" Thanking him, Shenzang accepted the wine and said, "Your Majesty, wine is the first prohibition of priesthood. Your poor monk has practiced abstinence since birth. Today's journey," said Taizong, "is not to be compared with any ordinary event. Please drink 1 cup of this dietary wine, and accept our good wishes that go along with the toast." Shenzang dared not refuse. He took the wine and was about to drink, when he saw Taizong stoop down to scoop up a handful of dirt with his fingers and sprinkle it in the wine. Tripitaka had no idea what this gesture meant. "Dear brother," said Taizong, laughing, "how long will it take you to come back from this trip to the Western heaven?" "Probably in 3 years' time," said Tripitaka. "I'll be returning to our noble nation. The years are long and the journey is great," said Taizong. "Drink this, royal brother, and remember, treasure a handful of dirt from your home, but love not 10,000 taels of foreign gold." Then Tripitaka understood the meaning of the handful of dirt sprinkled in his cup. He thanked the emperor once more and drained the cup. He went out of the gate and left, as the Tang emperor returned in his carriage. We do not know what will happen to him on this journey. Let's listen to the explanation in the next chapter.